What's up, Met fans? Welcome back. Talking Mets and Rob. How's everybody doing? Before I get started talking about yesterday's come-from-behind win and why I think the New York Mets are playoff bound, don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button. If you enjoy my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, you know what to do, guys. Hit on that subscribe button below, and don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, guys. Alright, guys, so the unthinkable has happened. The New York Mets pull us all the way back in yet again. When we thought all hope is lost, the New York Mets win 4 in a row, the Braves lose a couple, the Reds lose a couple, and the Mets find their way within striking distance of the division and the wild card. But the unthinkable has happened. The come from behind winning game 1, where no Met fan, I don't care how much of a diehard you are, thought the New York Mets were going to win that first game yesterday. They were lifeless throughout the game, had so many opportunities. At one point, they had 18 runners left on base. It was just an atrocious offensive game for the New York Mets until the 9th inning, until Brandon Nimmo, until Pete Alonso, until Michael Conforto tying the game, and the smart base running by none other than the thumbs down man, Javi Baez. Now, if you want to talk about baseball IQ and doing the right thing as a base runner, Javier Baez should have been looking at his third base coach to see if he was going to stop him or wave him around. But the smart base running would have been to look at at the third base coach, correct? But Javier Baez took a look at the left fielder in Alfaro, see what he was going to do, see where he was, how close he was to the ball, and determine if he was going to go or not. I honestly think even if Alfaro would have picked up the ball cleanly, Javier Baez made up his mind and he was going to go home. Now, obviously, it was the right decision. He was safe. But, oh my God. Now, I was excited that Conforto got the base hit to the left side, tying the game, bringing home Pete Alonso. But I was excited for the tie game. And then just to, you take a look away for a second just to be excited. I look back, all of a sudden you hear Gary Cohen saying, Javier Baez is coming home. Like, what? I couldn't believe it. Now, the camera didn't really directly look at Alfaro bobbling the ball until they did the replay. So all they show was Baez going to third. So at that moment, I thought Javier Baez just blown through the stop sign. But Javier Baez made a smart call, saw the bobble by Alfaro, thought he can make it home. He was safe. If you look closely, the umpire was going to call him out. I don't know what the hell the umpire was looking at. Because even if the catcher caught the ball, he would have beat the tag and beat the catcher to the plate. So, no matter what the hell the umpire was thinking, Javier Baez was safe. The comeback was successful. Mets win 6-5. Everybody going crazy. I was going crazy on my stream. People were just commenting away on my stream. Everybody was going nuts. The shock on every Met fan's face at the stadium at the time, even though there was like 1,000 people there. It was absolutely stunning. Nobody could believe it. It is exactly what this team needed. Was a big come from behind win, especially the way we played in game 1. The come from behind win, because the Mets needed that game. We can't lose games here. The thumbs down went to a thumbs up. That's exactly what this team needed, guys. And with the call with Gary Cohen, I think it was one of Gary Cohen's best calls ever. I mean, if you saw the video of the guys in the booth, and even Ron Darling got on his feet because he was so excited. And, Keith just sat there like, oh, all right, we got another game going. But it was absolutely one of the best calls of Gary Cohen's career, even though Gary has so many. But that is definitely a game you're going to see on Amazing Finishes of 2021. No doubt about it. It probably will be number 1 unless the Mets play another game that is so important that's even better. But just the shock and awe from Met fans, from myself, was absolutely amazing. Just the big. It started with the guy who's been the best offensive player all year, and Brandon Nimmo hit the 2-run bomb to make it 5-3. It seemed like it gave a little bit of energy to this Mets team. And then Conforto, the slumping 4+ months of Michael Conforto in an atrocious slump, finally comes through to tie the game to bring home Peter Alonso. And then Javier Baez comes in with that smart base running and wins the game for the New York Mets. Not only did the New York Mets win that game for the stand-ins and for their chances of making the playoffs, it helped turn this controversy with the thumbs down issue and the comments by Baez the night before into thumbs up, smiling faces, shocked Met fans, and believers of this team again. Now, there will be some people that don't think this team's going to make the playoffs. I'm still skeptical, but I just believe that this turnaround is exactly what the Mets needed. They needed a game like Game 1. They needed the Conforto to get going. He hit the 2-run homer last night in Game 2. Exactly what this team needed, they got from everybody on this team. The bullpen was good. The starters were good. Everything that you needed happened. And that's exactly what this team had to do against these teams. The Nationals, the Marlins. Doesn't matter. You have to beat the teams you're better than. And we are better than these teams. The New York Mets, guys, 5.5 games out of the division. 5.5 games out of the wild card behind the Reds and behind a couple of other teams. Now, where do you guys think is the easiest road to the playoffs? Is it the division or is it the wild card? Now, I'm not saying what gets us in quicker. Obviously, the division gets us in automatically. We don't have to worry about that one-game wild card. But what do you guys think? Do you think the wild card is going to be easier because the teams in front of us are not as good as the Braves? Or do you think the division is more likely because we only have to hop over the Phillies to get to the Braves and not hop over the Phillies, the Phillies, the Padres, and the Cardinals? A couple more teams in the wild card we have to jump over, but at the end of the day, the Reds are facing the Cardinals, so at that moment, the Cardinals are actually hot. So it seems like we're gonna be following the Cardinals up to the top of that wild card if you keep on winning. So, in my opinion, I think the Mets' direct road and easiest road is going through the division. Only because I don't think the Phillies are that good. I don't think the Phillies are going to sustain the success they have been winning. They faced the Nationals. They've been beating them. But I do think it's easier to pass over the Phillies to get to the Braves. And I do think the Braves are coming back to earth a little bit, where they actually are playing finally good teams. And now they're realizing that they're not as good as they thought they were. So I do think the Mets' direct line to the playoffs and the New York Mets being playoff bound is the division. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it's the division or the wild card? Obviously, we are going to choose the division because it's the easy road to the playoffs without that one-game playoff. But I do think the New York Mets are going to be very, very good in September. Now, I told you in my live stream and a couple of other videos, I think the wild card is going to be between 84 and 87 wins. I think in between those numbers right there, 84 to 87 is going to get you the second wild card. And I think the Mets can get there. Obviously, there's 30 games left. There's still a month left. A lot of things can happen. But I think the Mets can get between 84 and 87 wins. I think can get that wild card spot at the very least. But the division, obviously it depends on what the Braves do. But I don't think the Braves are going to go in that crazy August that they had again. I think they're going to come down back to earth, probably be a little bit over 500. The Mets obviously have to be about 5, 6, 7, 8 games over 500 just to catch them. Because that ridiculous number that we were talking about, the Mets have to go like 26-7 or something like that. The Mets don't have to do that. The Mets can go 20-10. And that can get you to 86 wins. So That's exactly what the Mets got to do. Get between 84 and 87 wins, and I do think the Mets are going to be right there at either the wild card or the division and make the playoff. I think the New York Mets are going to be playoff bound. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Once again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button. If you enjoy all my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, you know what to do, guys. Hit on that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think? Are the Mets going to be playoff bound? Do you believe? I believe. Do you think the Mets are closer to getting to the division or has the easier road to the wild card? Let me know in the comments, guys. As always, Met fans, let's go Mets.